expecting, the Bill Gates, Warren Buffett pledge, where a lot of billionaires are going to give their wealth away upon their death. But Bezos, who has been criticized for not signing on, evidently now, according to the AP, has pledged that he's going to donate much of his gazillion dollars. And I got to wonder, does that mean, going to cut down on the giant, $500 million bathtub boat or the phallic-shaped rockets shooting into the air? I don't know. Now, what's interesting to me is his ex-wife, Mackenzie. She has been giving money away as fast as humanly possible, and she can't give it away fast enough because it keeps making money because there's so much. It's kind of, you ever see the movie Brewster's Million, the Richard Pryor movie back from the 80s, where he gets, sick of spending money, where Uncle Rupert, wants him to be so tired of money of spending money that he never spends anything. This is, I think, Mackenzie's, this could be the update to Brewster's Millions. This could be Mackenzie's Billions. But here's one of these things, and this is where this is important. I've been saying for a while, our billionaires, they could leave a legacy. They could leave a legacy, solving hunger, ending poverty, whatever. Like Andrew Carnegie, his legacy was libraries. Spent a lot of money on libraries. Heavily, lots of philanthropy at the end of his life. No, he spent his entire life screwing workers over and, breaking strikes and doing all that stuff to amass that fortune. But at the end, trying to buy his way into heaven, I would imagine. Tried to do, some philanthropic stuff. I keep coming back to, we're kind of in the same periods, that Gilded Age kind of inequality, to where you have this massive, enormous wealth in the hands of the few that eventually they're going to have to do this stuff. They're going to seek some kind of historical legacy. Whereas, during the periods of times when we had a high taxation rate, think the good socialist president Dwight David Eisenhower, where we didn't have gazillionaires, bestowing their good fortune and their benevolence upon us. We just had a system that did what we needed them to do. I argue we're in a moment right now where we need to start taxing these people. Their philanthropy aside, it's time to say, sorry, kind of late. We're going to tax it and use it in the interest of we the people, not on pet projects and on benevolence. So while it's great that, he's going to do some of this stuff, I think as a society, if we're going to be moving anywhere in the direction of equality, if we're going to have an economy that works for working people, it's got to come with a tax code that is going to say, hey, this kind of extreme wealth, something a democracy can't have. But I would love to hear your thoughts. What do you think of Bezos's commitment to give away a majority of his wealth during his lifetime? And what do you think of somebody needs to make the movie Mackenzie's Billions? Because I would like to see what she's giving away, and if she's sick of it yet. Email me, rick@thericksmithshow.com.
Definitely not a Republican wave, that's for darn sure.
Missing red wave in 2022 midterms is good news for the climate. Skyrocketing levels of climate warming methane, plus...
Don't be fooled. Prop 30 is being advertised as a climate initiative.
Mixed results for environmental ballot propositions.
All of those results and more straight ahead from BradBlog.com. I'm Brad Friedman.
And I'm Desi Doyen.
Stand by for 6 minutes of independent green news, politics, analysis, and snarky comment.
Newsom's ultimate victory is likely to be a landslide, which, since this is California, will be followed by an earthquake and a wildfire.
True story. This is your Green News Report. Okay, Desi Doyen, I'm happy to hear that the midterm elections were not a disaster for the climate.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of disasters, Florida is once again in trouble.
Yes, a rare November hurricane, Hurricane Nicole, made landfall on Florida's east coast overnight Wednesday as a Category 1. Fueled by record warm ocean waters, the sprawling, slow-moving storm has brought significant rain and flooding to...
KCAA Loma Linda.